Hey guys, I'm making a video. I stayed out from school today because I'm sick. Well, I was sick this morning. I had a migraine and it's still kind of going on. So, I don't know. I was watching some videos on YouTube and I was watching like makeup tutorials for some reason, and a bunch of YouTubers or makeup gurus on YouTube make dewy face tutorials or whatever. I've tried, like I've watched and I've tried while I was watching, and a bunch of them just made me come out look cakey and, you know, stuff that I'm not wanting to look. You know, I'm wanting that dewy face. I do this look every day and I decided to share it with you guys because there are a lot of people, they have either really cakey faces or really nasty oily looking faces. And this is okay. I'm going to show you guys how I do my daily foundation routine, and it is a lot of products, I will not lie to you. I put so much on my face and it's crazy, but you know, it took me a while to figure out how to get that fresh face looking stuff. So I'm gonna finally show you guys how to get that. So if you really care, finish watching this video or whatever. I have no makeup on, obviously, and I just got a tan, so I haven't put any makeup on since I got a tan. So, I mean, I guess we'll see how my foundation looks now that I have a tan. So, start off with, I always use tinted moisturizer. You basically just put that all over your face. I like a lotion, but don't drag down. And this is what I've learned in school. Never, ever do this to your face. Ever. You always bring your face up and then down your nose and down right here. You never ever want to, like, just mess up your face in the future. You'll be wondering where all these wrinkles came from and why your face is like hanging halfway down the floor. Take a sponge and pat it all through your face. Now it's time for foundation. This is just how I do it. I don't know how everyone else does it, so I mean, I'm just showing you guys what I do and how I get my shiny, well, not shiny, you know, like dewy, whatever you want to call it, face. So basically I dot my face, and then what I do is I take my sponge and I just pat my foundation in. Basically, for those who don't know, concealer conceals your flaws. So what you do is you take your concealer and you find any flaws that you have, and you basically put them on them. Pat it on, but I do something a little different with my under eyes, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. I've always done this even before the sunburn. What I do is I always put concealer right here, because this is the part that really needs to be brightened up. And then I would bring some of that down my nose and kind of pinch the sponge to where it blends better. Middle finger, and I just pat it on after I get underneath my lashes. And sometimes for my under eyes, I always put 2 coats of concealer underneath, because I have really dark circles. And sometimes I'll go in my inner corner and my eyes look wider. I'll take my concealer and pat it, not directly underneath my eyes, but kind of where it meets my cheek. And what I would do is I contour. I have a fat face, I'm aware, you don't have to point it out. That's another trick to dewy skin: contouring and highlighting. I take a darker foundation, which this is tinted moisturizer my friend gave me, but I was using darker foundation before she gave me this, and this works pretty good. Maybe just like a little dot, and then I kind of smear it. What I'm trying to contour right now is my cheekbones. I don't really have any, but I can see the hollows of where the cheekbone area should be. Find the hollow, and I just put the darker foundation, like a little line, right on that. I never ever want to blend it with my finger because I could get more spots than I'm meaning to, so with a sponge I just basically pat it and I don't drag it at all. Okay, so now that that part's finished, we're going to take something lighter, which I don't have, so I'm just going to use my concealer. I don't have a lighter foundation. I always either get darker or the same color, so I'm like never stuck with a light foundation. And like I said, this is a lot of stuff, so put some right there, make a line right there. Oh, my face hurts. And then I would make another line right down there, and kind of in a T formation right there. Then of course right here, and on the tip of my nose. Contour my nose like most people because I think I have an okay nose. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's just kind of, it fits my face, I guess. But if you have a big nose or a fat nose, you can always take the dark foundation and put 2 lines down the center right there, and then just blend it out and then highlight the middle. Some people don't do this on a daily, but I do, just to show how much I really love doing makeup. So I do this every day. I'm not a big fan of powder, I guess, but I mean powder is important just so you can set your foundation and your concealer and everything that you just did. So what I do is I take about that much powder, and okay, the key to not looking cakey is not putting powder everywhere. Okay, it is important to set your foundation, but what you have to know is the more powder, the less your face is going to look that dewy. So you would put the powder on the most oily places of your face, and everyone has, like, you know, there are places that like the foundation kind of comes off during the day of and stuff. So I'm gonna just set everything that I think may come off during the day. Never ever touch this part. Okay, this part right here, I never touch it with the powder. I do get under my eyes to set that concealer, and I do get the sides of my nose and the top of my nose, and I do get my forehead. And it's always less is more when it comes to makeup, just remember that. And then I would take maybe a little bit like that and then dust it over, so that we're setting everything and it's not going to come off. That's all set, and you can see I still have like that kind of nice shine, healthy looking face. Okay, cakey's never cute, by the way, so please take my advice if your face ends up looking cakey. Now what I do is I take a dark brown or like a bronzy color eyeshadow. I don't have bronzer, so this is why I do this, but I use this to contour. It's a really cheap brush. I'm not, as you guys can tell, I was using this basically the whole time while I was powdering, and this is a kabuki brush, I think. That's all I have, and it seems to be working for me, so I don't need to go spend millions of dollars on stupid brushes that I can find at Walmart or in a really cheap makeup kit. So, okay. So what I do is I take the bronzy color and I kind of dust it on the side right here. And since this is narrow, I mean, you can, if you don't have a narrow brush like this, just take this and kind of smush it and then dip it in there, and then you're good. And I just take where I contoured the dark, and I just go over that. Take some of it and put it down here, and especially people with double chins, this is a good technique. Just put some of your darker color foundation or your bronzer and just kind of run it down there, but make sure that you blend it out or you'll have a line, and that's never cute. And bronzer, which I don't do every day, because it's kind of, it's more for like dramatic makeup eyeshadow looks or whatever. So I would take it up and right there and have it meet where I just put that line. Well, you can't really see in my webcam because it's stupid, but this side is a lot slimmer than this side. But make sure that when you contour, you blend. Blending is key to everything when it comes to makeup. Okay, this has nothing to do with makeup, but if you wear hair extensions and your extensions do not blend with the rest of your hair, you need to take them out or just stop trying. So the next thing is, of course, highlighting. And you take a highlighter, any kind of highlighter, any color, whatever goes best with your face. I used to use white, well, not like a white, but kind of like a champagne color eyeshadow, and I would just, you know, kind of put it in the spots where I needed highlighting, and that worked. Just make sure that if you do highlight with eyeshadow, that it's not matte and it is kind of shimmery. And my friend gave me this, and this is what I've been using since, because I never really had a powder highlighter before. So yeah, color, especially if you have my skin complexion, you should use something kind of pinky when you highlight. So this part of my forehead, down my nose. Make sure it's straight down your nose, not way over here or way over there, because you'll just mess up the contouring and everything. I'll hit right here on my chin, and definitely on the apples of my cheeks up to the bottom of my eyelid, my bottom eyelid. Last but not least is blush. And okay, my everyday blush is kind of this color, kind of like a, let's see, I either use peach or this color, and I don't really know what color this is. It doesn't say. So, but it's kind of like a light pink slash, you know, like kind of a really light burgundy color. It's not red, it's not pink, it's just kind of very natural looking. And with different skin tones comes different blushes, of course. So if you are very fair, I would go for maybe kind of this color but more darker. And of course, with fair skin, you have to blend it out really well, but I do not have fair skin. I have, you know, I'm half Mexican, so I usually have really dark skin, so I would use, with dark skin, I would use either this color or, you know, a peach, because dark on dark just doesn't look right. So I'm going to take some on this little brush, and I put it right above where I contoured, right there. And some people, which I don't know why, they would use blush on only the apples of their cheeks and blah blah blah, and they do it when they smile, but you have to realize when you stop smiling, your blush is gonna fall down along with your cheeks. So, and then you just really blend that out. And then of course this is where you stop with your face and you actually go on and you do your eyeshadow, mascara, blah blah, etc, etc. I really hope I gave you guys some tips and tricks of the trade to get kind of this flawless, you know, nice, fresh, dewy looking face. And I really hope some of the tips that I gave you guys actually help you when it comes to putting on foundation in general, because there are a lot of girls and guys who need help. Okay, my biggest pet peeve: unblended foundation, cakey foundation, and oily foundation. So, okay, I'm done. So, hope you guys take this and use it, and hopefully it works for you, because this is what works for me. It is a lot of products, and I really hope you can upkeep everything that I do every day, because people are not going to talk to you if you don't have a cute face, you know?